GEEKIEST, this is the Ginger GEEKIEST. Welcome to the Wednesday video. I know it's coming out rather late, but we've been rather busy today, so I'm still doing a small Wednesday video to let you know what's going on. We're going to talk today about the inner workings of me still, so you get to figure out more about me. Talk about something that I was taught at an early age to have. It doesn't really matter that a lot of people don't really have it right now, but I was always told to, no matter what's going on, you're supposed to be respectful. Even if you are mad at somebody, you're supposed to be respectful towards them. Being respectful, I think, is really hard nowadays because it's so easy to basically treat somebody with disrespect. And now you can be respectful to somebody and be angry at them. It's very easy. I've done it many a times. I've had small altercations with my family, and I've been very respectful. I say also, if you're not respectful, you always apologize, unless it was needed. You always respect somebody until they've disrespected you too much, and then you can let them know your true feelings. Bottling up feelings is also not a really good thing. I did it as a teenager a lot. And I can tell you right now, it's not the best thing to do because it makes you a very, very standoffish person and angry. Because you're pretty much a bottle of soda that's being shook up and never opened. It's not good. Always let your feelings out and never be ashamed to let your feelings out. It doesn't matter if you're angry or something like that. And also being angry, you don't have to cuss all the time. Cussing is an okay thing, but you need to pick your moments to cuss. Children, do not cuss at your parents just because you're old enough and you feel like you have the audacity to do it. I still don't understand how this newer generation believes that they can completely cuss at their parents or cuss whenever they want to because they have hit the age of like 11 or something like that, or 12. I've heard a 12-year-old literally cuss out his mother in the Walmart parking lot because he wasn't able to get something. And also, parents, I don't understand what this whole day and age about abuse and stuff like that. Abuse is when you go too far. If you punch a child or you backhand a child or stuff like that, that is abuse. I know that I was never abused as a child, but I was disciplined because I was a rowdy son of a gun. I would be very, very rude. I was taught to be respectful, and it took me a long time to learn it. Spanking your children in public should not be an offense to be child abuse. It's not abuse. You're not abusing. You're letting that child know that that's wrong. And I don't understand also why a lot of older people, the elders who went through this and basically disciplined you that way, grandparents, will be the first to basically tell the parents, don't do that, that's wrong. What? You did it to your kid, so why can't your kid do it to his kid? The newer generations don't make any sense. The only good things I can see from the new generation are the generation before that I've watched a lot of the kids now. The teenagers that I see now, there is a fine line. There's either the group that basically are so stuck up on themselves, and usually the parents spoil them because they don't want their kids to hate them, because apparently in this day and age, spoiling your kids is much better than teaching them responsibilities, life skills, and etc., etc. I was always taught that you didn't have to be spoiled. I was never spoiled as a child. I was loved, but I was never fully spoiled. Let's just say that. I could not get what I want. When you see your parent bend over backwards for you, you do need to acknowledge that they have done something for you. I've always acknowledged that my parents, though they might have done stuff that was wrong, my dad was always there for me and is still there for me. He's a loving and caring father, and yes, he can say things that are very, very offensive to me, but we have a good relationship now because we're both adults. Basically, he had to teach me to become the adult that I am today, and the values that I have. My family has a straight down the middle. Some have it, some don't. And it's the same day and age. There's a lot of kids that are smart, and they know that they are respectful, and they are respectful, and the parents are teaching them. And there's a lot of new parents out there that do not care what people think, and they do what they need to do. You do not need to abuse your child. You can discipline your child. It's fine. And also, you don't have to do physical abuse. Not abuse. Physical abuse. And don't do physical abuse. But also you can do mental. Basically, you can discipline somebody mentally. You ground them, and grounding can actually work. But you as a parent have to stay strong in it and not let it get in your way. Basically, if you have grounded your child and they have chores, just because the chores might affect what you're doing, you need to keep them on it. Doesn't matter. They need to be taught a lesson. And also, don't mentally abuse your children also. You need to be caring and compassionate to your child. Basically, trying to be the I'm going to toughen them up by treating them like shit usually doesn't work. It usually turns them into bitter people, and bitter people who will not like you at an older age. Remember, parents, you will either be sent to a nursing home or you will have your kids watching you. If you treated your children bad, you're going to a nursing home. They're not going to watch you. They're not going to wipe your butt. They're not going to even care about you. It's exactly what my dad has said. He treated me great. He made a joke, but it's a true statement. If my dad treated me bad, I probably wouldn't care for him at this age. Me and my mom had many altercations, and even to, before she died, we started getting our relationship back because it was so scorned with what she had done to me and things that she had said. Love is a great thing. And parents, don't be thinking that just because you don't spoil your children doesn't mean that you can't show them love. Spoiling a kid just turns them into a brat. And it makes them think that if they bat their eyelids and basically butter up people, they can get what they want. Do you really want somebody to not be a doer and basically just be a follower? We're supposed to teach our children to be the next generation to pursue things. If you don't teach the next generation to pursue things, the human race becomes stagnant and we die. The kids that you hear nowadays making new inventions and stuff like that, do you notice that they're from very, very progressive families who strive to show their kids knowledge, education, and they will discipline and will reprimand them? You don't have to spoil. Spoiling just makes them become famous brats like Paris Hilton and stuff like that. Yeah, they're famous, but they're famous for stupid reason. Would you rather have your kid famous and have tons of money and do drugs and snort cocaine off women's asses and shit like that? Or would you rather have a Nobel Prize winner? Would you rather have someone who figures out how to do interstellar space travel, figures out for humans to breathe underwater, figures out how to get humans to Mars and colonize Mars, figures out how to make a hyperspace, something like that? Who knows what science can do? Would you rather have that or the other? Now, this video is basically telling you that respect and love are a double-edged sword. Teaching respect also teaches them to love unconditionally. Children are not born with hate. They learn hate from the world. And they learn it from you. They learn everything from you. You were taught stuff by your parents. If you in turn are a parent and you refuse to teach your children new things or teach them life skills and they do other stuff, it's your fault. You can't blame it on other people. Pointing a finger as a parent is just the wrong thing. You own up for it. You got pregnant or you impregnated them. You stand by what you made or what you have helped make. If I was to have a kid right now or impregnate somebody, I would stand by them. This video is basically to tell you that I wish there was more respect in the world. Between everybody. Because it just makes me feel sad that this world doesn't have love and compassion, and we're driven by hate. I'm a nerd and I read comic books, and I saw that hate is not good to live your life by. I read the X-Men books. Magneto is all about humans hate mutants, no matter what you do. Yet he does things to basically keep the hate there. He never does things to make the hate go away. He started off as basically the Malcolm X, but he's become worse for a time. Now he's joined the X-Men. There are many things that just should be done differently, and it doesn't make sense. Teach your children to read. Tell them to read things and be respectful to people. Don't make fun of people just because they're different, they look different, they act different. Because this is humanity. We're all the same inside. Everyone's got a heart. Everyone's got two lungs. Everybody has mess-ups. Everybody is not perfect. Doesn't matter what faith you believe in, or what you don't believe in, or what you do with your life. If you are respectful and you show compassion and you teach new things to the next generation, the human race will prosper. Respect is a key. Love is the answer. I'm being straightforward with this because I can tell you right now that if you are respectful to people and you show that you can be respectful, how many people out there have friends that they're best friends with and you can be brutally honest to them and they'll still be your friends? How many people have friends that you've been brutally honest to and you've gotten really upset at and they basically tell you to fuck off? I've had many of those. But I've also had many of the others. I've also found out that having so many friends doesn't make you a popular person. I believe having a small group of friends that's respectful to each other is probably the best thing. Now, you can make fun of people all you want, but also remember that when you make fun of them, you're losing a part of yourself. Everybody makes fun of each other. It's what we do. We're humans. But remember, don't go too far. Because if you go too far, you're just becoming what you don't want to become. Because if you're going to make fun of them, they should be able to make fun of you. And most people who make fun of people can't take a joke. So this is my little rant on why I feel like the world doesn't have respect or love anymore. That there's a lot of stuff going wrong. And hopefully, things will go better. Geekists, I hope that you as fellow geeks will get out there and show that it doesn't matter what race you are. It doesn't matter what color you are. Because we play D&D. We play video games where races are everywhere. And we always don't care about races. We almost always choose the good option. In Star Wars, even people who try to play a Sith don't understand why there's so many race issues in a galaxy that has tons of alien races. Now, fellow geekists, get out there, show compassion, show love towards your fellow man, and be excellent to each other, guys. That is a line from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, and it's perfect. It's the greatest line ever. Be excellent to each other means just respect one another, and the world will go around. Now, this is the Ginger Geekist saying, show love, show compassion, be respectful, and learn. Pass it on. Stay frosty, guys.